Okay. Okay. Hello and welcome to round two of GP 7 Toll Square, where we're facing off. We're in the 0-1 bracket, and we're facing off against Silver Parabellum, who is on, where is it? Seal Shoals. This is kind of a white, blue, tokeny, tempo-y deck. Very heavy white to support Welkin Eviction. Um, also has some of these dangerous planeswalkers at the end. Can gum up the board with contest coordinators and feeble fish and Ukinas. Could easily be a grind. I think last time I was a little distracted. Today I'm hopefully not distracted. I'm gonna try my best this one. Although I'm very full because last night was my Sunday Thanksgiving dinner with family, and boy, I may have eaten slightly too much, as is traditional for Thanksgiving. But happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Let's have a nice hand. This is a nice hand. Wow, this is like the perfect hand. Okay, I have a wild sideboard plan, by the way, in this matchup, and we'll see if that comes up. I mean, it will come up. I am going to sideboard at least once. This is an easy keep 7, but we're on the draw, so we don't have to say that right now. Turn 1, Husk Forger. Turn 2, Anomaly, if no one stops me. Otherwise, start going through the Reaper of Blossoms loop at some point. Once I'm realizing about this deck, there's a lot of cards you want to get down early so they can keep accumulating value. Shigana Manor Burns, Reaper of Blossoms, Fabric Anomaly, and Redeemer of Hallowed Flesh. These are all cards that generate values turn after turn they're in play. Opponent is mulliganing. And so you have to think about which one do you want to put down first. Um, I think it's a very matchup dependent. Um, like in this matchup, I might even consider Reaper of Blossoms a higher priority because at least pre-board, Spore spawning is such a good card against them. They have no sweepers, and the 7 and the huge number of 1/1s can actually be a huge problem for them. They play turn 1 Gilded Court, Filtry Edition. Speaking of the devil, here's Redeemer. Redeemer, I think, is usually the lowest priority, unless you're against a deck where you think you can get in for the 5 damage the first time. But this deck, I think Reaper is a low priority because they're very likely to have a good blocker for it, or at least a chump blocker for it. Um, and their removal does not care about toughness, at least not not pre-board. Opponent shocks in a Lucent Basin. This is going to be contest coordinator. No, Feeble Fish. Okay, Feeble Fish is Feeble Fish is interesting. Okay, suddenly we have a choice because we could terminal that right now and run out a Reaper of Blossoms or Shigana Run, probably Reaper of Blossoms. That is very tempting. I am going to have to kill this. They're going with Gilded Court. They're going to be able to get that pretty big, pretty fast. I really like getting Fabricated Anomaly in play early, but I don't have anything I want to discard right now. My hand's pretty good. I'd like to find lands at some point. So I think here's the disaster. If I go Terminal Impact plus Reaper of Blossom, and then they kill Husk Forger, which they're not super likely to do, right? Their removal is Sanctum of Repression and Welkin Eviction. They're not going to have Welkin Eviction for a long time because they don't only have one Plains and Gilded Court. And I assume they're going to kill Reaper over Husk Forger. So I think Husk Forger is pretty safe. So I'm going to have my 3 mana for Anomaly the following turn. And even though I only have 2 mana, I guess I could Shigana Manor Burns. I think it's worth the risk here to get the Reaper in play rather than Shigana Manor Burns for additional pressure. Shigana Manor Burns is the lowest priority one because I'm not ramping into anything in his hand. If I had a Roar in hand, I'd be much higher priority Shigana Manor Burns because because it ramps me into my 4s and 5s. But I don't have any 4s and 5s, so this is the play. Oh, and I mill a Spore Spawning and a Harvest Time. That's great. Oh, and I gain a life, right? Oops, I forgot to gain my life. Yep. Okay, we're seeing planes here. And this could be on things. This is going to be Seal Shoals. Shiny Seal Shoals. Oh, and they activate a Primal Fissure and a Gilded Course this turn, so they even get a Seal Orb token. Shiny Seal Orb. Okay. Land is great. Love to see it. So the ground's gonna get super clogged up super fast. So we need to start thinking about the long game already. Reaper Blossoms can chip in for some damage here. I think this is just Fabric and Anomaly leave up Reaper to hopefully get back a land. Because I'd like to hit a land. I can't spend. I could terminal a Seal Orb. I don't want to do that. I could play Redeemer, but I think Anomaly is higher priority. I might even loot away this Shigana Manor Burns. Um, Drawing a card off Reaper is nice because otherwise it means I don't miss my land drop. Um, I can also get in for 3 with Reaper after Anomaly. I'm not going to get to this harvest time anytime soon, but that's okay. Make the puzzle box. Attack, exile Yen's Terminal Impact. Put a counter on this, they take the 3. And go to end step Reaper trigger. Oop, there's a land. I'll put that in hand. And another Spore spawning in graveyard. Spore spawning count is 2 right now, I believe, but it's going to go up quickly. And I'm probably looting with Shigana Burns because I already have 5 mana. I don't need the ramp. I don't need the looting. I have a puzzle box, which they're not very likely to have a good way of killing. They shock another Lucent Basin for a Staff of Balance. Yep. They're between Staff and Gilded Court, they have Shoals online basically every turn. There's also his other quite relevant abilities. But yeah, my goal is to get in a little cheeky chip damage early in the game, with stuff like the Reaper of Blossoms and Fabricated Anomaly, and then hopefully finish with Giant Spore spawning. I am going to discard the Shigana Burn because I need food for Anomaly. Another Urban Jungle, that's okay. Oh, oops, this doesn't have a counter on it. It should have a counter on it. Okay, that's officially enough lands. I'm discarding that puzzle box basically 100% of the time, so I should do that now. Oh boy, okay. Spore spawning count is 4 already. 4 mana for 4 1/1s is already not a terrible deal. So what am I doing with my mana this turn? I could actually be a Spore spawning, but I think it's Redeemer. Redeemer is big enough that it could actually keep contesting the board before the seals get out of hand. That leaves me with 2 mana. I could kill a seal, but that seems like a fool's errand. Instead, I'm just going to tap Urban Jungle, leave up Redeemer again, just to give me more puzzle box fodder. Yeah, not the most efficient turn, I'm afraid. Okay, I get either a treasure or a soldier here. What I'm really worried about is the planeswalkers. Many of the planeswalkers make it hard for me to get in for big amounts of damage, and so getting in damage now while I can is quite useful. But I think 4 1/1s is just not enough for Spore spawning, even for the first one. I could attack with 3/4 Anomaly and trade it for a seal. That doesn't seem like a good use of my time. Exile these. Make this a 4/5. They chump with a seal. That's good. No, it's not. It's medium. End step Reaper of Blossoms, mill 3. Ooh, an avalanche! I forgot I had those. I'm gonna take this meandering path because I already have an untapped land in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a sorcery. Spore funding count is 5. Okay, sorry, opponent accidentally drew too many cards. It's okay. We fixed it. So yeah, they're one on a Shengfa, which I should consider the possibility that that if I can get them to 0 creatures in play, which seems unlikely with Seal Shoals, I would like to do that because Shengfa is a thing. They do, by the way, have one piece of main deck graveyard hate in a what's it called? Okay, thing. Oh, on Anomaly, interesting. Not on Reaper, the 4/5 Reaper, but on my Anomaly. Although Sensor Tablet is not great against flashback cards because they can't once I paid for the flashback, it's too late for them to hate me out. Okay, next turn I'm going to see if I can go for a decently big attack, possibly even killing a seal to force through a big chunk of damage. Okay, what instance am I worried about? They have no instance main deck, so this is Staff of Balance. Seal Shoals is each end step, but I guess this could be tap mode on Staff of Balance plus use Gilded Court. Interesting, okay. Okay, there's another Anomaly, although I don't have a ton of things to exile with it, so it's not a huge priority right now. I actually think it's a weird line here. This might be discard Meandering Path to Puzzle Box and then Spore Spawning from hand so I get a Yeti token as well. Because if I Spore Spawning for 4 mana, like from Graveyard, I have, 2 mana left over and I can spend it on, Terminal Impact Your Seal? Which gets me in for 1 extra damage. That's just not very good, considering they're tapping down my Reaper of Blossoms, probably. So I want to discard this Meandering Path. I could discard this Anomaly, but I think that's more likely to be useful to me. Discarding Path, draw a card. By the way, we're getting close to Terminal Impact for Lethal being a going concern. Okay, I'm going to go here and say attacks, and I presume they're going to Staff of Balance by Reaper of Blossoms. Okay, there's also a Redeemer trigger, which gets me a treasure. Each treasure is 1 damage off the inevitable terminal impact for lethal. Which means that the 3 damage off this is quite relevant. Oh, they're considering... Yeah, I was they're considering... Woo, okay. Yes, they're at 10 now. 10 mana for a 10 mana terminal impact is completely achievable in this deck. Gonna shock another Urban Jungle. And tap out for a Spore Spawning from hand for 5... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/1s. 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, things are getting a little cramped. That's going to go to my graveyard. I can do that again, basically every turn. End step, I have Reaper trigger. And I have Avalanche trigger. Oh boy, this is getting out of hand. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to pay with the treasure. I'm going to let those go to my graveyard and gain 1 life. Okay, they have no cards in their graveyard. And my graveyard does matter because, oh boy, that was a good hit off Spore Spawning. 5, 6, it's a 9 token Spore Spawning next time. So they need to find a Planeswalker this turn. They're surveilling on upkeep. Luckily, they don't have it right away. The thing is, they can't play Shengfa. They only have 4 lands. It would need to be Wanderer. They would need untapped land plus Wanderer. And even then, I have 1. Well, Huskforger might die. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going. Nope, they don't got it. They don't got it. Okay. So in their side where they got some good stuff, Looming Psyhawk can stop my token plan. Archival Storage stops the flashback on Spore Spawning. Plasma Strike's good against aggro. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm fairly certain I take out all my Spore Spawnings. And I take out the most of the Reaper of Blossoms and Shigana Mana Burns. I don't need that many discard outlets when I don't have Spore spawning anymore. And I can put in Cash Thrasher, just like a good aggro beater. Advance of Fire and Faith. That kills basically all their creatures except for Contest Coordinator. Great thing to have. And Hungry Blob. They got tons of artifacts and enchantments I want to kill. Unfortunately, that means I'm one short, so I have to put one card back in. I also might consider trimming Aurors. I think the one of Miser's Spore spawning is just nice to have. I could also consider trimming Harvest Time. I just have so many things I want to cut. I think this is the build. Because I'm it's this is like the little mind game of this deck. They could over sideboard. They could bring in like Looming Psyhawks and Archival Storages and have tons of answers to Spore spawning, and I could just take them all out. Okay, they're going to be on the play. And we are now just green-red aggro. Just green-red aggro. With somewhat awkward hand. On the draw, I think I keep this. Turn 1 Huskforger, turn 2 likely to have Avalanche targets. Turn 4 Aurora is nice. The lands. Oh, actually, these lands are slightly. No, it's Temple of Origins turn 1, so it's actually not that awkward. Or turn 2. I think I keep this. They play a Soaring Soul Space, which they're playing because they need Plains count for Welkin Eviction. Another Huskforger. Okay. Primal Fissure for Forest. You may notice that I'm back to my old ways and I'm playing all non-matching arts of everything. I just, I enjoy doing it. Even now that it doesn't make LackeyBot do weird things with formatting. I like doing it. I hope they play something I want to Avalanche, although I don't think they have a ton of 2-drops I want to Avalanche. Next turn probably just turn... Oh, like 2 Huskforgers can't pay for Aurora. Right. Aurora cost quad green. It's a melon. That's an island. You don't get one of those per turn. Am I just gonna Avalanche their melon? Okay, these tap lands are starting to get a little complicated. Because I do need an untapped land on turn 4 for Aurora. So is it play another Huskforger or play Avalanche? Melon presumably keeps me from killing anything else with Avalanche, so I might as well use it now. And the face damage is nice. Not my ideal use of my turn 2, just killing a melon. But I didn't have another convenient play. It's the fish. And another melon. Oof. Yeah, and they give a creature +2/+2 until end of turn. Oh, right, that is activating ability. Okay, this fish is actually a problem. Okay, Urban Jungle means I'm going to have a roar next turn. I'm going to play Ardent Rise, I think. But yeah, this is annoying. Yeah, play Huskforger, play Ardent Rise, get Forest. Remember, Fabulous Serpent is a 5/6. Ooh, boy, I wish I had another Avalanche. Well, I don't have a lot of choices to make this turn, so I could play Primal Fissure instead. There's no reason to play Ardent Rise. They're both tapped after this turn, and Primal Fissure and like Ardent Rise I could theoretically be discarding at some point. Getting another Forest. Well, Aurora next turn is going to be pretty good. It's going to come with a Yeti. Going to presumably find me some action. Wow, they're leveling up Stack and Viviplex. That's an activated ability for sure. Field Fish is now a 2-3. And this is now a 2-3. Okay, well. Yeah, this is going to be a 5-6 next turn. And we might be in a standoff. I predict this is going to be a terminal impact game. Which is wild for them doing 18 with a lifelinker, but I think the board's going to get clogged up pretty fast. Remember to crack Primal Fissure. I do not want to draw a forest. Not even a Kitsuo Dusk of Time forest, which is a really pretty one. Redeemer. Well, you would have been nice last turn. But right now, it's just gotta be a roar. They do have, by the way, denotation failures in their sideboard, which I don't think they brought in. Those are very bad against me. But nothing that can counter a roar. Which I assume stops the Field Fisher attacks because they don't want me to hit them back with this. Let's look at my top 3 cards. Okay. Advance of Fire and Faith doesn't do much for me. Urban Jungle, obviously, I put in a graveyard so I can get it back. Do I want Fabricated Anomaly on top? Yeah, never a bad time for a Fabricated Anomaly. And I can play it plus Redeemer next turn? Yeah. Mill this, leave that on top. Remember not to crack too many Primal Fissures. 1. And then, see, this is why I think Terminal Impact might be a thing. I'm going to gain a lot of life. I'm going to get a lot of mana. Yep, and now they have fish transformed. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana already, so I'm theoretically in the, like, second terminal impact kills them bracket. Codename Cicada. Okay, not super impactful right now. Yeah, and they don't want to attack Fabulous Surface. Let me get another Aurora trigger. Okay, I'm going to untap. I'm going to draw the Fabric Anomaly on top. I could kill this Fabulous Serpent with Ardent Rise. Let me think with this. What are the instants? They could have Plasma Strike in from the sideboard, and it's quite likely they did bring it in. They have Melon, obviously, although Melon doesn't do much. Oh, Melon can give Hexproof from... Wait a minute. Ha! Ardent Rise is not a red card. Or a green card. It is a colorless card. Wait a minute. That's kind of hilarious. Is that really my best play? I think it's my best play. It gets me another Aurora trigger? I like getting another Aurora trigger. They can't block a 7-5 trample with the rest of their board. I can pay the ward on Fabulous Serpent. Play Reconservatory as my land for turn. I mean, it spends all of my mana, but like... Right, this is target hexproof from that color. This is a colorless card. Let me crack these Primal Fissures to grab 2 more forests. And I guess I leave my Husk Forgers untapped. There's no way I can have any other way to spend mana. I paid 7 mana. Very funny Melon Ardent Rising Strike. I've never thought about this before. Ardent Rise is colorless. Hexproof and can't... Aurora does not target anything. Yeah, I think this works. Aurora's an attack, and you can't even cast Plasma Strike if you want to. Yeah, I don't. Wow. Yeah, very weird interaction. But I was fairly certain they didn't have any solution to that. Do I attack with this Yeti? I'd trade Yeti for stack. No, I don't want them to attack me back with stacking reflex is the thing. I don't think they can stop me from attacking, but I'll ask anyways. Before I do my roar trigger. Whee! Let me look at my top 3 cards. Ooh, a Hungry Blob. Eternal Impact I definitely want. I don't think I want Harvest Time. Do I want a Hungry Blob? No, that's just further getting me further from my next Eternal Impact. Let's do these, and then of course this comes. Oh wait, doesn't matter what I do because Ardent Rise forces me to shuffle right now. Basic count in deck 5. No, I should. Okay, I couldn't harvest them anyway. I don't have cards in graveyard. Very wow. That's a neat little interaction. I guess it's neat for me. It's annoying for Silver, I imagine. It seems like Silver has missed some land drops. I can't tell how many lands Silver's supposed to have because I've ramped an enormous amount. I would have actually liked to not shuffle with Ardent Rise just so I could draw Terminal Impact and kill them, but unfortunately, Ardent Rise is not optional. You do have to shuffle. In fact, I will have to shuffle on every Aurora trigger from now on out because, like, there is no way to not bring back Ardent Rise and have it force me to shuffle, even if I fail to find. So that's means I'm not going to be able to get another Hug Forger. I think I presume I have things to do right now, right? Yeah, I gotta. Whatever. I can play Redeemer. I can probably just level up Husk Forgers. What they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 toughness. 5 power. They can put everything in front of a roar. I can eat the Ardent Rise with Fabricate Anomaly, so I don't have to discard things. That's hilarious. What happens if I attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? So I can't level up both Husk Forgers without tapping one of them. What if I level up one of them and a Buffery Conservatory? How much damage is that? They can chump this, and then I have 13 points of trample, and they're at 13 effectively, so they can survive, but they have to block a ton of things. Hmm. I think there's no need for that. I can just Anomaly right now. But again, they have no counter spells for this. They have Negate and Denotation Failure, so they can't counter a 2/3 ever. But wait for the K anyways, just to be polite. Discard excess Husk Forger, draw Cash Thrasher. Alright, I forgot I brought that in. Yeah, and I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 3 monsters. So I can also play a Redeemer. Makes sense. Okay. Play Redeemer. Time for some fireworks. I don't think they have anything. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is going to happen, and then I'm going to get Aurora trigger, Husk Forger trigger, Anomaly trigger. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I wanted this deck to go. So, G to Silver, we are not out at 0-2. Good news. We live to fight another day. Hopefully with more focus. I definitely could have played round 1 better. Yeah, good to keep playing. Good night.